Matters, presented by IntoWork Australia, leaders in employment, skills and support.
Hello and welcome back to Work Matters, brought to you by the team over at IntoWork Australia. I'm Mike Loader, and for the moment we're looking to continue the discussion surrounding the labour market and its conditions. Joining me as always is Poul Bottern, the Group CEO of IntoWork Australia. It's good to see you.
Great to be here, Mike.
Now, Paul, whilst overall unemployment is low, it might surprise people that youth unemployment is much higher. Let's talk about why that's so significant and what you've witnessed at the moment.
Sure. Well, look, right across IntoWork Australia, which operates nationally, we've got about 1,600 staff, many programs. But what we found is you need to have some targeted programs. When it comes to young people, the unemployment rate is about double what it is in the broader community. So you're talking about 3.5%, probably around about now, but it's over double that for young people. There needs to be more targeted programs for that cohort, and it needs to focus around the educational outcomes, the longer term career pathways, as well as the actual jobs there on hand for them. I was actually a youth worker going back just a few years ago now, when I was in my early 20s, and it was many of those same themes continue right through until today. You've got to be able to have programs that are relevant for them and not just some broad-based initiatives that you just focused around employment pathways. So it needs to be ones that are relevant, exciting, dynamic for them as well.
Absolutely, well said. So let's talk a little bit about what early interventions exist in order to get youth into these programs or share them pathways that they might enjoy a bit more than those broad ones.
Absolutely. And look, early interventions are critical. If we can actually get in there in the early stages, before the young people have been unemployed for too long. If they stay unemployed for quite a while, they end up affects their mental health. Yeah. They do struggle in a whole range of different ways. So, and often it can be tied to long-term intergenerational disadvantage as well. So for many of these young people. So what we need to do is have these early intervention programs that are relevant and targeted and focused. And we run quite a few right across the country. One of those is called Transition to Work. In Victoria, and Transition to Work is a program focused around how do we actually help young people to engage, to become excited about what the future can be about, to be able to create a bit of a pathway for themselves, whether it's educationally, training, employment pathways, and to deal with some of the barriers that they have towards that as well. One of the other exciting initiatives that we've done, and we've only started it fairly recently, but it's really taken off, is a program called Flip My Ride. And that's a program which is, again, it's targeted at an early intervention stage. These are young people who do come from the margins. Many times they've struggled a lot, say, with longer term disadvantage where maybe they've got in trouble with the police at different points in time. And we're now giving them an opportunity through a unique program as well.
Over the page now, and we have Victoria Police, who are a stakeholder in the program as well. And joining us to share some perspective is Senior Sergeant Andrew Tsokalis of the ND3 Offender Management Team and Proactive Policing Unit. It's good to see you, my friend. Thanks for joining us.
Good afternoon. No, sorry, good morning. How are you going?
Yeah, good, my friend. So, Andrew, what is Vic Police's involvement within the program that Paul and I have been discussing? Take us through a bit about what you guys are doing.
Yeah, so we actively engage with obviously the youth workers and obviously the program coordinators, and I guess we also nominate the participants that come into the program. Our feedback has a lot to do with sort of what we contribute to the program as well, and then once the guys have broken down the barriers, that's when we'll come in as the police and have that I guess some one-on-one time with some of those participants or group participants, and we answer some of their queries, question and answers, and get to really break down that barrier through the program, which has helped us heaps.
Yeah, fantastic. So we've heard about the employment outcomes. Let's talk about the social outcomes that you've witnessed in response to the program.
Yeah, most definitely. Look, for what we get to see is the confidence that some of these kids come into the program with. Like, I know that some of them are a lot less confident or a lot less likely to want to try something different. So that aspect of having them being a lot more openly engaging with opportunities that present, that's a massive advantage to what we can see with the program socially.
Yeah, so from your perspective, what makes programs like Flip My Ride so effective?
I think it's the partnerships that we create from the stakeholders that are generally and have a genuine involvement that want to have to see that outcome. The work that we put together and making sure that we can get the guys, I guess it's that outcome that we all want to see at the end of the day and having that input. And then I guess for me, especially coming in with my input was having rewards for the participants throughout the program, and that's what got the guys. That's what keeps them engaged, and that's where we see the results as well.
Absolutely, and that's what it's all about, that engagement, keeping people going. I want to thank you for joining us on the program, Andrew, sharing a little bit of insight and perspective on what the work you're doing. Good stuff from you and the team, so thanks again.
Guys, thank you very much.
Easy as. Paul, as always, thanks for you for joining me on the program, bringing this to our attention.
Thanks, Mike. It's inspiring stuff, isn't it, to hear these stories?
Yeah, it's great. And of course, thank you to all of you out there in television land. Thank you for joining us. And of course, we will see you next time here on Work Matters. Be well.